Children is not glued to marriage. Marriage is between husband and wife to the exclusion of children. You are not married to your children. You are married to your spouse. So when you have children, it is a bonus in marriage, and you cannot put your marital joinder on the women. You cannot put your marital fulcrum on the children, saying because of the children you must remain in marriage. It is so much pressure on the children. That is why you see our parents telling us, the children, that I suffered because of you people. You now make us feel bad. We were not the cause of your suffering. The suffering was your own choice. Do you understand? We are not I suffered because of this child. The suffering was your choice. The child was also your choice. Two different choices. You chose to give birth and you chose to suffer. The children are not the cause of your suffering. This cause of your suffering is you. The fact that you remained in suffering. And that is what we tell you. The moment the first time abuse happens is the last time you are looking at me like this. As in, where you saw me, not that, by mistake. You looked at me, you walked to me, and you slapped me. That will be the last slap. Before I retaliate, or for my peace of mind. I know I can't fight, so I run. Either fight and runs away and lives to fight another day. I leave. I tell people, they say, at what point do you leave an abusive marriage? I said, the first time the abuse happens. It is your response to the first abuse that will determine if there will be other abuse. That all your days are full of listening to tragedies, rushing people to the hospital, escorting corpses out of the hospital, phone calls. My son said to me, he said his wish, his birthday wish, was that my phone should spoil for 2 days so that they can have my attention. That's my son's wish. My son is 11. He wished that my phone would spoil. Today, sir, when I came back from the office, I put my phone in the fridge. I put my phone in the, my phone overheated and went off. I thought it was going to explode. I came back, I put it in the fridge. I just went to get the phone. Fridge! I'm closing tomorrow for the year. It is not funny. And if only our leaders will rise up to tell people the truth. You see some crazy people, they want to go into marriage. You already know this is a criminal. You talk to the person, you know that this cannot last. You will tell them there is nothing God cannot do. Are they serious? There's something God cannot do. God cannot lie. Stop telling people there is nothing God can. There are things that God will not do. Have you seen God serve you chicken and chips before? God will give you raw rice. God will give you the animals in the field. You will go and kill them, you will cook them. Have you seen God serving cooked meals? He did it once for Elijah in the Bible. God does not give us, God has given you a chair, He will give you wood. You will go and cut down the wood. God does not give you a fixed meal. You think God will give you a shirt? He will give you wool. You will go and sew the shirt. That is how God operates. But here you just imagine, there's nothing that God cannot do. Let me tell you what God will not do. There's nothing that God cannot do. Go and meet Him. Just pray. Everything will be. Let me tell you something. There's no relationship that cannot be saved. You can go there. Tell God to forgive Lucifer. and then call Lucifer back to heaven, which means that God will have to shut down hell, because the moment he forgives Lucifer, then he would have to forgive everybody in hell. Then everybody will come out of hell, then God will shut down hell. That means that God will have to cancel the day of judgment, because there will be nothing to judge. Tell God to go and restore his relationship with the devil. Even God knows better. But you will be telling people on earth there is no relationship that cannot be restored, when your God is not restoring diplomatic relations with the devil. Are you serious? There's nothing God cannot do. God is not reconciling with He has kicked him out of heaven. So when you kick out somebody from your house that you know is bad for you, they will come to you that there is nothing God cannot do. God can change them. Why hasn't God changed Lucifer? Why isn't Lucifer back in heaven? Why hasn't God forgiven him and taken him back to heaven? Why? But some fools will be telling you there's nothing God cannot do. So that is how you now marry an axe murderer. You marry a harlot that at the end, after 4 children, you find out that none of them are yours after a DNA test. But you already knew she was promiscuous. And you said you wanted to call off the wedding. But that foolish man came. And you are the more foolish for listening to the foolishness of a man that is not going to marry the woman he's telling you to marry. He's not going to marry her. He's telling you to marry her. He's not going to taste the soup. He's going to tell you to taste the soup. And then, when you are 54, you find out that the children are not yours. Where do you want to start again? You are 60 to find out that the children belong to another person. Where do you want to start again? They push you to do things they will not do. They will sit down in their offices, in their ACs, and they will be talking to me that I'm wearing boots. So I think there was a pause there. I don't know. Connection issue. They will tell you to go and marry whom they will not marry. They will tell you to go and date who they cannot date. They will send you back to homes that they cannot live in. Yeah, the video, I think it was network. They will send you back to homes that they cannot live in. Tell you to go back. A man called me this morning. He was running on the road. The wife was chasing him with a stone. Their landlord was looking. And he told the pastor that he can't go back to the wife. And you know what? The pastor said, she can't kill you. She was just upset. Go back. She won't kill you. How can she kill you? Don't worry. Let's pray. The pastor sent him back to the home that the pastor will not follow him to live in. Of course, he was injured. The right side of his thigh. He was injured. Seriously. I said, call the pastor that told you to go back. You are even more stupid. You ran down an estate and a woman was chasing you with a stone. You ran to the pastor's house and he said, do you think she was going to enjoy you? He would not. She was just trying to make you. She was just angry. She was just upset. Don't worry, I'll call her, talk to her. Go back home, go to your house. It is your house. It is your home. Don't worry, go back. Went back. Came back with a cracked skull, eyes, blood red. You know what? Let me tell you the difference between me and pastors. You understand? I will advise you openly. So what I tell you, I can say it in front of anybody. They cannot do that. Because they know what they are telling you, they cannot say it in front of everybody. Let these people travel abroad. You think they can counsel people abroad? Their counsel can only work in Nigeria. You can tell people to go back into abuse abroad. You would have been arrested by the organs of the state. They would have arrested you as accomplices to the crime. Domestic violence and abuse, you don't know how big it is in other countries. You think they can give that? It is only in Nigeria they can. Let them try and go and give that, not even abroad, in South Africa. Go to Kenya and tell them they are mad. Go abroad now, go to Europe and tell somebody to go back to their abuse. They cannot give. They cannot give. They will be seen as accessories to the crime. They cannot do all what they are doing in Western countries. It is only here, in this stupid country, that they can do it. And our parents will be following them. I don't want my daughter to be the one to come back from her husband's house. Are you serious? So that she will suffer what you suffered? You can't try this anywhere else but here. Thank you very much. I think I've taken enough time. I think we've buried enough people. I think lots of people being disenfranchised. You see some things that are just impossible. I brought some people, the insanity. Thank God for, the pastor's wife, Pastor Mrs. Modupe, in, what do you call it, in Ajegunle. They invited me to their church. The truth, when you tell the truth, Jesus said, if I be lifted up from the earth, I will draw all men. He did not say I will draw Christians to me. I will draw all men to me. So if I be lifted up from the earth, I will draw all men to me. So how can I be lifted up? Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So he is the truth. So if the truth can be lifted up, it will draw all men to him. As long as you see, pastors, you don't need to look for members. Once you see the truth, members will come. I went to that church for the first time. I announced on the radio I would be in that church. By the time I got there, pastor came to meet me. That before I got on stage, he said that there's a little commotion outside. He said, what? He said Muslims. Some Muslims came and said they learned that Barrister Olumide is in this church. He said, yes. He said, can they come inside? And he said, why not? Let them come. He said, can we come and fellowship with? He said, no. So Muslims started coming. They started coming. Next thing, Catholics. I know one gentleman is an elderly man. He's a Catholic. He said he will quickly finish their morning mass so that he can come to that church. It's a redeemed parish in Ajegunle. They came. So at the end of the day, people that were not church members were now getting more than the church members. So some of them had to stand up and leave. So he got up, he said, in this church, they have not seen this much crowd because it's a small church. And it was full of people that were not Christians. Because they heard I came. Why? Because I will tell you the truth. They also want to hear the truth. They also want to hear the truth. You give them the truth, they will come. So when you are looking for someone, you're opening the Bible to open and give them the truth. When you tell truth, people will forget it. They will come. I was there one day in my office, and this pastor, Mrs. called me that there is a case in Ajegunle. Now listen, Ajegunle and Limosho local government have the highest rates of domestic violence and abuse in the country. I don't think there's, let me not say but in this Lagos, because I don't know any other. Limosho local government is the biggest, and there are more people there than in some other states in Nigeria. Ajegunle, when you take a population census, some of those people are more than another state. The man beat his wife. She fell unconscious. He took the plasma screen, hit on her, she went unconscious. He now went to the kitchen, took a turning spoon, omorogun, opened her legs and put it inside her private part. And, Why? Because he was angry. So they rushed her to the hospital. The pastor called me that this is madness. How can you insert a turning omorogun into the vagina of a woman? Called me. I said, take the pictures. They took the picture, sent it to me. The doctor now had to put a tube in to assist her to pee, because that thing had damaged something. And next thing, I said, this guy, how he would die in prison. It's not possible. Started, and they now came to my office. I don't know. Brought the girl. Do you know the man was not even married to the girl? The girl just got pregnant, and you know the way parents are, because you got pregnant you said, go and meet the person that got you pregnant. The guy had not paid one bride price. He had not even come to acknowledge the father of the child. The girl just moved there and started giving birth there. The girl was 23, the guy was 26. The girl is a hairdresser, the man is a mechanic. She first started, and afterwards, when she saw how I was taking it, said, no, he didn't put the tuning stick. That it wasn't, no, that didn't happen. So the father said, I just told the father that Omo Aleni and the mother that Omo Aleni, you did not give birth to this child. You stole this child, because it is impossible that with what this man did, and now open and now brought out the picture. Isn't this the picture? Isn't this the picture? You said they did not. I said they should lock up the girl, lock up the guy, lock up the parents. Everybody has accessory to. I brought some more people. Some gentlemen came. They were prostrating. Prostrating for who? Prostrating for me. That what? I said, all your daughters, they will put omorogun. Not even omorogun, mortar. They will put mortar into their own. We should start cursing people. How can you come and beg for what? Should there be no consequence? You should beat up the gentleman. In the olden days, they would tie them to the arm, flog them. How can you carry the woman for 9 months in your stomach and submit them for destruction into because somebody comes to marry, say they are married, ladies and gentlemen, now said Imam now came with pastor again. Thank God for the other pastor. She said, no way. Thank God that people are listening. Some people are listening. But we are still going a long way, because as long as you keep dedicating your brains and your time and your effort, your energy, you keep dedicating your emotions to religion, not to Christianity, to religion. One man comes from nowhere like a bat out of hell and starts giving you prophecies. They prophesied to me too. Guess what they told me? They said I will be a doctor, an important doctor. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I can't kill a chicken. I'm a lawyer. So I was in sciences. And then I said I wanted to be an engineer. But the prophecy that they gave me, they came to my house, said I should know that this is a doctor, my father's people at that time. Started saying that this is a medical doctor. He said that I must not be with a light-skinned woman. That it must be dark-skinned. My wife, ladies and gentlemen, is not dark-skinned though. She's fair. I'm happy. Everything they have prophesied for me went the other way. It's not what I'm doing. And then you will pay tithes in millions to people that are deceiving you. You will pay tithes. Tithes. I come and I see to people that are deceiving you. I don't understand. Several people have said they're not paying tithes. Somebody in private jet, bulletproof car, this, that. They should. Why? What are you complaining? You are the one giving them the money now. The enterprise is not, they say, no, they are not, it's not your tithes they are living on. They are writing books and selling. Even New York bestseller. People that have written bestsellers don't have private jets. It is you. It's from book. What book? Which printing house? What nomenclature did you put in the book? One book, one private jet. Giving them the audacity to talk. I was telling people, come and support our own mission. You see what we are doing. Rehabilitating people. I can't even tell you. People, they don't have where to go again now. We are buying mattress. From which money? From which money? Money that I don't have money. I don't have money. But we will use the little that we have to make sure somebody is alive. To make sure somebody will just say, the Lord said you should bring $50,000. This one says, pray, bring $1,000 if you want your marriage to be like my children's marriage. That one came, that woman. $1,000 if you want your marriage to be okay. Hey, Jesus Christ. $1,000. The Bible says, ladies and gentlemen, wisdom is the principal thing, and in all thy getting, get understanding. It did not say prayer or prophecy is the main thing. It says wisdom is the principal thing, and in all your getting, get understanding. We have the richest men alive. We are talking of Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos. There was the Tesla boss. What's his name again, Seth? All of them, are they Christians? They are not. Do they pay tithes? They don't. You say tithes. If you don't pay tithes, you will not prosper. If you don't remove those people don't pay tithes. They are the richest people on the planet. What do they substitute? Wisdom. The difference between a first world country and a third world country is not their location, it is wisdom, what they know. Thank you, Elon Musk. Thank you, Damian Dibe.